Ladies and gentlemen, we meet again towards Parashat Dvarim, which is Shabbat Chazon, the Shabbat before Tisha B'Av. And the parasha starts with something very disheartening. It starts with telling us Moshe Rabbeinu was standing in front of Am Yisrael on the banks of the Jordan River before they go over, and he's giving his last presentation to Am Yisrael, and he's telling them in his opening that we are 11 days walk away from Sinai, from Chorev. That means we could have left Egypt, and then 50 days between Pesach and Shavuos, 50 days between leaving Egypt and then getting to Sinai, and 11 days after Sinai we could have been here. And instead of that, we are 40 years later. Wow. You look back and it's really, it captures your heart and you say, wow, what did we miss out here? What went wrong? And that's where he goes into it. He starts telling the long story where we went wrong. And he starts by telling us about the Meraglim, about the spies. And the spies went to the land of Israel and checked it out. And they came back with the report, and the report caused everybody to lose their belief. They stopped believing in the land of Israel. They stopped believing in HaKadosh Baruch Hu's promise. And this whole parsha is trying to fix that. And this parsha, it says many times, go and settle the land that I promised you. And this is the promised land. And the last verse of the parsha is Yehoshua, go and conquer the land. And it's your land and it's promised to you. And this parsha is trying to fix up where we went wrong the last time. To give us self-esteem, to give us confidence. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is behind us. HaKadosh Baruch Hu has promised this land. We believe in that. We have Emuna. And it's the lack of Emuna that actually causes us to lose Eretz Yisrael, to lose the right to be in this land. And we see that already from this parsha, where it says quite clearly, as a summary of the whole Meraglim, the whole spies issue, but now here you have no faith in Hashem, your Lord. It was an act of rebellion. What do you mean? If God promised you the land, so go and get it. The minute you don't believe in the land, you don't believe in Hashem. You don't believe in Hashem's promise. When we sit opposite the Seder table and we sing Vehisha Amda, and this is what kept us going. What is it that kept us going? The promise to Avraham Avinu. And the promise to Avraham Avinu was two things. In Parshas Lech Lecha, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Brit Ben HaBetarim, he promises two things. One, you'll have many children. And the other one is you're going to get the land of Israel. So you should have faith in these two promises. And these promises kept us going. That's what kept us standing through other generations. We believe in these promises. But here, after the Meraglim, they didn't believe in the promises anymore. And when you don't believe in promises, so okay, 40 years, we'll re-educate the next generation, and the next generation will come in. But actually, this issue of the lack of Emunah caused also Moshe and Aaron not to get into the land of Israel, because as we see in Parshas Chokas from a few weeks ago, why did they not go into the land of Israel? It says, "Vayomer Hashem el Moshe ve'Aaron yad lohem antem bi la'akdisheni." God said to Moses and Aaron, "You did not have enough faith in me and sanctify me in the presence of the Israelites." Moshe and Aaron lacked Emunah. You lack Emunah, you don't get into the land of Israel. Land of Israel is only for people with Emunah, with faith. But it starts much earlier. If we go back to Lech Lecha, to the promise to Avram. So as I said, Avram got two promises. So the first promise, he promised him many children. So what was Avram's reaction? even though he had no children at the time, HaKadosh Baruch Hu promised him a big nation. He believed, and therefore it's tzedakah. That is tzedek. That is the righteous thing of Avraham Avinu, that he believed in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that he's going to have many children, even though he didn't have any at that point. But then HaKadosh Baruch Hu promises him the land, and what is Avraham's reaction? Vayomer Adonai Elohim b'me'ida ke'erasheh. How will I know that I'm going to inherit it? Says the Ramban Nachmanides, this is a lack of emunah by Abraham. Translation is, "O God, Lord," replied Abraham, "how can I really know that it will be mine?" This is a lack of faith. It's a lack of emunah. I have a lack of emunah. So the answer is, Yada Teida, Kigei Yezarcha. You know what? They'll go down to Egypt for 400 years, and then they'll learn emunah. And once they learn emunah, then I can give them the land. But the 400 years of going down, of postponing, settling the land of Israel from the days of Abraham till the days we came out of Egypt, was as a punishment. That's what the Ramban says. Ramban is a punishment because of the lack of emunah. So what do we learn from this? Also by the Meraglim, a lack of emunah caused us to delay the entrance to Eretz Yisrael for 40 years. Also by Moshe and Aaron, the lack of emunah caused them not to go into the land at all. And even by Avraham Avinu, the lack of emunah caused postponing the entrance to Eretz Yisrael for 400 years. So now we are in the land of Israel. We're blessed. We're in a generation that it's so simple to get to the land of Israel, to settle the land of Israel. But to settle the land of Israel and to stay with it, we need emunah. We need to have a strong faith in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, not to give in to anxieties, not to give in to fears. We have to be fearless. What gives us the power and the motivation to be fearless? Emunah. Emunah is our turbo engine to get to Eretz Yisrael and to stick to Eretz Yisrael. That is what stands, that's what gives the motivation. To all our chayalim, all our soldiers in the IDF, may HaKadosh Baruch Hu protect them wherever they are, in the north and the south and the east and the west, all kinds of places, in the sea and in the sky, in all kinds of places. We haven't finished this war yet. We're still at war. We still have we have got so many soldiers on the front lines. HaKadosh Baruch Hu has to protect them, but they have to have emunah, and we have to have emunah. That is the only motivation that will give us the zchut, that will give us the merit to inherit this land. Shabbat Shalom.